Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm making a reverse rainbow spiraled hoodie. I washed my hoodie, took it straight out of the washing machine, so it's just damp with plain water. I've not soaked it in soda ash or used any chemicals yet. I have my hoodie turned over where the back side is the side that's up. I'm going to begin my spiral with a fork, and then I'm going to continue spiraling up the hoodie with my hands, adding some extra folds as I go. I started my spiral on the back of the hoodie because the pocket on the front makes it a little bit tougher to get a clean spiral if you start it on the front. Now I'm just going to use a rubber band to hold it in place until I can get it wrapped with some kite string. I'm using the kite string instead of just rubber bands because I'm going to try to wrap and tie up my hoodie as tight as possible so that hopefully I will have a little bit of black left on the inside of the hoodie after I submerge it in the color remover. As I'm wrapping the kite string around, I keep pulling it as tight as I can without breaking it. For the dye removal process on this hoodie, I started recording with my camera, but because of the steam coming off the dye remover and how hot it was outside, my camera actually got overheated and shut itself off. So this is the dye removal process I used on another batch of shirts and a sweatshirt later on that day. The process is exactly the same. Instead of using a 3.5 gallon bucket though, I used a plastic tub. The size tub that you use doesn't really matter, it just needs to be large enough to fit your hoodie. I couldn't fit my hoodie down inside this bucket, which is the one that I normally use for reverse dyeing, so I just had to improvise. I added some really hot tap water from the sink to my tub, then poured boiling hot water over the top of that to make sure I had more than enough water in my tub to go ahead and cover my hoodie. Then I opened up 2 boxes of the Rit Color Remover, dissolved them in the hot water, added the hoodie to that tub, and made sure it got fully submerged. Here again, this isn't the color removal process for this exact hoodie. However, it is the same process that I used for this hoodie, just in a different container. I left the hoodie down in the tub for 20 minutes. Then I took it out, took it to my sink, rinsed it out, and I went ahead and untied it and threw it in the washing machine. After it came out of the washing machine, I put it in my soda ash solution and I let it soak for at least 20 to 30 minutes. Then I pulled it out, spun it out in my Panda spin dryer, and am ready to retie it. This is what the hoodie looks like after it came out of the dye remover. Even though I tied it up as tight as I could with the kite string, the dye remover still got down into the center and pulled out quite a bit of the black out of my hoodie. Now that my hoodie's ready to be tied up the second time, I'm going to spiral it again, but I'm going to spiral it the opposite direction as I did the first time. I'm going to spiral it the opposite way just to give it a little bit more interesting design. It's not necessary though, you can spiral it the same way if you'd like to. This time I'm just going to use some rubber bands to hold it in place. My folds don't have to be super tight like they did last time, so rubber bands will do the trick just as long as they hold all my folds in place. Okay, so now it's time to start applying the dye. I'm going to dye this one with a rainbow pattern. So I'm taking a washable marker and drawing 7 equal pie portions onto my hoodie where I'd like to apply my dye. I'm making sure that each one of my lines goes through the middle spiral. That way, all the colors are going to meet in the middle. I'm beginning with stock red from Grateful Dyes, followed by bright orange from Grateful Dyes, lemon yellow from Dharma Trading Company, green from Custom Colors. Because this hoodie is so thick, as I'm applying these colors, I'm trying to really saturate each one of these sections very well. I want to make sure I get plenty of dye all throughout the hoodie. I'm using turquoise from Grateful Dyes, grape from Custom Colors, and fuchsia from Grateful Dyes. If you'll notice, I'm taking each color of my dye down on the side of my hoodie and dyeing that too. Because this hoodie is so thick, you need to make sure you don't forget that side portion. It's also helpful because when I turn my hoodie over to dye the back side, I can tell where I need to apply my colors. Then I'm going to turn it over and repeat the same color pattern on the other side. I'm going to check some of my folds to make sure I'm getting good color saturation and add a little bit more dye any place that I feel like it needs it. After I finish dyeing the hoodie, I put my hoodie down inside of one of the tubs that I use that has a rack down inside of it so that the garments won't sit directly on the bottom of the tub. Put the lid on the tub and put it outside where it's really hot. I left it for probably about 36 hours and let it sit in the heat. Then rinsed it out. After it's been washed and dried, this is what our hoodie looks like. As I pointed out earlier, even though I tied the kite string pretty tight, I still ended up losing quite a bit of the black during the color removal process. However, when I went in with the color, I did get really good color saturation, so I'm real pleased with that. Hey, if you guys are enjoying watching these videos, I sure would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. All you have to do is hit the big red subscribe button. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.